Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about KTM Tech 3's season so far. Now I'm going to start with Remy Gardner, and Remy is in 23rd place on 9 points. And to say Remy has struggled quite a lot this season with his machinery would be a little bit of an understatement. You know, when I looked at the bike evolution for Remy from the start of the season till the last race, the bike has changed quite drastically, and this kind of leads me into there's two main areas where Remy struggled. One, I think there's been so much development on the bike that it's been very hard for Remy to actually get a base setting and to understand what is going on with the bike and to understand what the changes are doing and how they are going to help him in the longer run. And the second part, I do believe, is more of a mental side and expectation side. There is no doubt moving into a MotoGP team, it is an extra layer of a pressure cooker, and it's far more expectations put on him than in the Moto2 or Moto3 seasons before. So I do believe there is that level of expectation that does affect you. And when you have that set of expectations plus your own expectations, and you have to remember Remy is very used to winning week in, week out in Moto2. Now he was coming into MotoGP, and I do believe he was trying to aim for the top 10, just to be on the fringes of the top 10, and he has found himself consistently trying to fight for 16th, 17th position, and it has to be a little bit disheartening, and I don't blame someone for airing their frustration, but again, as a rookie, your first year in the team, first year in MotoGP, you start airing dirty laundry in public. It doesn't really do a lot for you to keep your trust with your team or keep your ride. Now, saying that, I do believe Remy is going to stay with KTM. I do believe his outburst was his outburst. I think he had a chat with her and Pit Byra. They gave him a slap on the wrist, and he's been quite a good boy since. On the other side of the garage, you have Raul Fernandez, who has 5 points and is in 24th place. And again, we know there's the issues with the bike. The KTM certainly isn't a good bike. However, if you look at it on points wise, Suzuki and Honda are having actually worse years as manufacturers than KTM. But what I do think for Raul Fernandez is that I think his impatience is actually costing him big time. He's very vocal, giving out about the team, and KTM have said that they're interested in keeping Remy but not Raul. So will he go to Aprilia? I don't know. Like, if I was a team manager and I would see someone behaving like this, would I want him on my team? Yes, he's a great rider, but if he's going to start airing dirty laundry, if he's going to start giving out about the team in a public domain, then that's bad for your sponsors, etc, etc, etc. So do you actually want to deal with that headache? The other side of the coin is, a lot of people have said and mentioned that he had no choice to move up to MotoGP. It was in his contract. Now, I do believe his contract would be like everyone else's contract, especially in MotoGP or Moto2. If they thought he was going to be a title contender, yes, they would try to sign him for a longer term. They would also make sure that they had options that they could move him to whatever team within the MotoGP circus that they wanted. Very similar to like Ducati. Sign a factory contract with Ducati and they can put you in whatever team they want to. For example, they could put Pecco Bagnaia into the Gresini team on works equipment if they wanted. Not going to happen, but just to give you an understanding. So Yamaha tried to buy Fernandez's contract out, which KTM rejected, because at the time KTM fully believed that Fernandez was definitely one of the ways of the future for KTM. Now, the main reason I do believe that they bumped him up was to stop him going head to head with Acosta. So if you look at Fernandez and Acosta, they are probably the future, or were in KTM's eyes, the future generation riders of KTMs. And you don't really want them going head to head in the junior series. So when Acosta was winning the world championship, a lot of people thought Fernandez was going to win the world championship too. So it would, in my view, make complete sense that you don't have them together. So if they're going to bring Acosta into Moto 2, then you need to move Fernandez up, because you don't want them going head to head. Because if, for example, Acosta whooped Fernandez, then Fernandez stock price would go down. If Fernandez whooped Acosta, then Acosta's stock price will go down. In MotoGP, while that is important, it is not as important in junior series. So I do believe that's why they rushed Fernandez through into MotoGP. While I do believe he is an amazing rider, I just don't think he's mentally mature enough yet to be able to handle the pressure cooker expectations, etc., that come along with MotoGP. It's not like Moto 2 where you just go out and ride your bike. If you go to MotoGP, there's a whole lot of different levels of stuff that you need to go through, and I think he's struggled an awful lot with that bit. Now, where does he go next year? I don't know. You know, there is talks that he is going to go to the Aprilia team, which I don't know. I think Binder has done a great job there, so let's wait and see what happens. But it's definitely interesting to see what will happen. Remy will probably re-sign for KTM because there is no other seats realistically available. But I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think of KTM's season? What do you think of Remy and Raul? Definitely leave your comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. I just want to take a minute to also thank you for watching my videos and the support that you've shown so far. If you haven't subscribed already and you would like to subscribe, it would mean an awful lot to me if you did. I'm starting this channel realistically so that we can all enjoy MotoGP together, with the aim of streaming a live video when the GP races are on.